Space UK changed Geometry Dash forever, but I've never heard of him. So let's change that. Like, Vortrox, whenever I think about him, he's like his own content creator, but this looks like he's more doing a documentary style, unless I'm wrong.
One of the best Geometry Dash players of all time has just been exposed for hacking nearly all of their levels. This player won an award for being the best player of the year in 2022. This player was celebrated for verifying the hardest level of Geometry Dash at the time, and continuing on to beat every single level on the demon list, making them an official GD legend. But it was all a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Space UK, the now former #1 Geometry Dash player.
Let me spit out everything that I know about him. Alright? So I know that he was the #1 player and Zoink was #2, and then Zoink overtook him because Space UK got outed for cheating. Boom. Now that's out. That's all I know.
Space UK began playing Geometry Dash in April of 2020, which is a pretty short period of time compared to most other top players, who have been playing for upwards of 8 years. He completed his first demon a month after starting, that demon being Decode, a really popular easy demon many players complete early on. Now, I want you to guess what his second demon was. Probably the Nightmare or
Bloodbath.
Lightning Road, right? Wrong. His second demon was freaking Windy Landscape, an insane demon. And right after that, he
I did not beat Decode. Never. What did he beat right after?
got a quote-unquote 77% fail on Cataclysm.
77, I'm done.
And if none of that was crazy enough for you, his fourth ever demon completion was a level called Wazaretta.
I beat it, yes.
This was a top 20 extreme demon at the time, meaning this guy literally beat one of the hardest demons ever after playing for like 2 months. And for his fifth ever demon, he
2
beat
months?
the Golden, which was the absolute hardest demon at the time. This obviously sounds too good to be true, but the thing is, there was no proof any of it was hacked at the time. He was seen as a prodigy just beginning his reign as the best player ever. He would go on to beat extreme demons as if they were nothing for the months to come. A pretty funny moment in his career is when he beat Bloodbath in just 600 attempts. Bro.
Wazaretta was a legit victory? Really? I was gonna say, people had to have been stupid to have believed him. He's a super skilled, lazy hacker. Damn. I was gonna say, like, people are idiots for thinking he was legit. He's genuinely good at the game? Wow.
Let Go took me 600 attempts to beat. His most notable accomplishment would be him verifying Slaughterhouse, Geometry Dash's brand new hardest demon at the time.
I can't fucking react, otherwise I'm gonna cough so much.
This would be the level to finally overtake Tartarus as the top 1 extreme demon. And at this point, Tartarus was the hardest extreme demon for over a year before Slaughterhouse came out. As time went on, he eventually managed to beat every single level on the demon list. An absolutely incredible accomplishment. This solidified him as a Geometry Dash legend, gaining the entire community's respect. Or perhaps I should say liquefied, because this would all melt down on April 25th of 2023.
Acheron's hard. I thought Slaughterhouse was like a top. I thought Slaughterhouse was like an impossible level. Is he clearing himself though, Panda? Because I seen a video by Vortrox pretty recently, and he said the Space UK situation just got worse or something. I saw it on my feed. I didn't watch it, but damn, I don't even know what Acheron looks like. Maybe I do. Is it in the top 10? The downfall.
Paco, a top player who verified Silent Clubstep among other things, uploaded an exposal video on Space UK. This video pointed out that a lot of clicks in his hardest completions were either slightly early or slightly delayed for some reason compared to the video. But the most noteworthy point Paco made is that you can hear a second click in most of his completions if you listen very closely.
I think I heard it. Wait.
This second click is theorized to be him activating a bot that completes the rest of the level for him. This technology is used by some Geometry Dash YouTubers to easily showcase levels that are too hard to actually beat. This way people can just watch the levels. But Space had a different idea in mind, using one of the bots called ZBot that also added fake clicks over the click patterns in the level. This hacking method is comically simple. It was really hiding in plain sight. Nobody considered that Space was doing this because it was such an outdated and quite frankly silly method of hacking. After this video exposing him came out, Space UK took to Twitter and confessed to hacking many recent extreme demons just because he was quote unquote bored.
So he confessed or did he get caught? No, wait. He got caught and then he confessed, trying to like, I guess that is his best course of action. But it does sound to me like he is very, very lazy hacker. I mean,
It's a notable level being Acheron, the currently hardest extreme demon. Space UK hacked Acheron to become the first victor, stealing that title from all the other players trying to complete it first. Now that he's been exposed, this makes Doggy the first victor by default. Good job, Doggy. Everybody was very surprised at first, but we all thought it was kind of funny. One of the best players ever just wanted to troll us, and he succeeded. Yeah, no, it got worse. Upon further investigation, the Demon List team discovered that just about every extreme demon Space has ever completed was hacked, and it was all due to 64 pixels. Let me explain. I mentioned earlier that it was suspected Space UK was activating a bot early on in his completions to beat the rest of the level for him. Well, the bot he was using was confirmed to be ZBot, and little did we know that the developer of ZBot added a little Easter egg in the textures for this bot. The level complete screen you get after beating a level is slightly altered when you use ZBot. The text that says level complete in normal Geometry Dash is 1004 pixels wide, but when using ZBot, that text shrinks down to 940 pixels. This little detail may have been added so that people could detect hackers, but unfortunately most people forgot about this and nobody even bothered checking Space UK's records until now.
how on earth do you notice that? That's such a small amount. I couldn't even tell. I was trying to lean in to look and see. I cannot notice that. What? Also, that's a really smart way, because it's like, if they actually put something that said, oh, you're using ZBot, then he would find out a way to do it, but he probably just, it's like not obvious, so he wouldn't have known that it was like shrunk or something. That's actually such a smart way to catch people, though.
So we now know that Space UK is the biggest fraud in Geometry Dash history, all thanks to a 64 pixel difference in his level completion screens. Isn't that just golden? This means that Space UK never actually verified Slaughterhouse, the extreme demon that set off a new era of difficulty. This means he wasn't the first victor of Acheron. This means he stole countless titles from first victors and stole the #1 spot on the Demon List yearboard for over a year. This means he earned thousands of dollars from lies. This means he tainted Geometry Dash history for the past 2.5 years. This game will never be the same as a result of Space UK. But I have one thing to add. As far as we know, his initial huge difficulty jumps, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, were all real. Yeah, about that. Space UK just confessed to also hacking the Golden. He did manage to get 96% legitimately, but on his completion attempt he accidentally activated NoClip but thought he still beat the level. It took him about 20 minutes to realize he had NoClip on, but he submitted the record anyways just to see what would happen, and surprisingly to him, the Demon List team did not notice and his record was accepted. I have no idea how something so big and glaringly obvious could fly under the Demon List nose like that. Space confirmed that Kinos is his true hardest legitimate completion, which is still impressive but does not make up for any of the lies in any way. But it is true he beat Windy Landscape as a jump from Decode, and he beat Wazaretta as a jump from Windy Landscape.
What?
This means that Space really was an incredibly talented player, but also a really good cheater. Him being a good player masked his cheating so that nobody would ever notice. Geometry Dash YouTuber FNM04 literally went to Space UK's house and watched him play Extreme Demons with his own 2 eyes. Everybody thought that it was impossible for him to be a cheater, but you know what they say. You rather die a hero or live long enough to become a villain.
That's so weird. I mean, it seems like he could beat all the levels he cheated on with time. I don't know, bro. That's so weird. He said he was a good hacker. Vortrox was literally saying like 30 seconds earlier that he was not a good hacker. He was talking about how he was using outdated shit. I feel like the only reason he didn't get caught is because he was good at the same time. Or he didn't get caught yet. Noctafly was also exposed. New gen one. Yeah, I'm a new gen. I got no clue who that is. Yeah. The skill is definitely the reason why. I mean, it's crazy that was legit the first while.
Now that Space UK has been exposed as a hacker, this means that Slaughterhouse was technically a hacked top 1 for its early life, until
Well, Real Max Gaming, I feel like this is an easy game to get away with hacking though, because it's, unless you show your clicks, it's just, I feel like it'd be so easy to hide it. Because with the really hard levels, there's only super small windows that you can click, so it almost has to be perfect either way. Unless I'm wrong.
Doggy became the first victor. That kind of makes Doggy the verifier technically, which is funny, because Doggy was originally supposed to verify it before it was given to Space UK. Doggy made a response video to this saying he's kinda glad it happened, because Slaughterhouse is a level he feels very attached to, and was disappointed he didn't get to verify it originally. Another very interesting thing to note is that this exposal may have never happened if it weren't for a player named MSG, who was exposed about a week earlier for hacking Silent Clubstep. He claims to have beaten Silent Clubstep as his 5th ever Extreme Demon, which originally was accepted by everybody because there was no proof of hacks. But then a Demon List mod noticed one of his clicks made no sense at all, which made his entire legacy crumble down as he was exposed for hacking Silent Clubstep. This led the Demon List moderators into looking at other submissions for top extreme demons, which included Space UK's entries. They noticed some things were wrong, so he was banned, but then he was unbanned because they couldn't find strong enough evidence, and then he was banned again! This time permanently, as all the information about the weird clicks, and especially the Z-bot end screen came out. It took a hacker to find a hacker. Shout out MSG. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to comment what you think about all this.
MSG? Damn. Well, that was a good video. I would not expect Vortrox to make a video like this, but maybe this is before he took more of a personality role in his channel. It was a good video by him, though. I also didn't know when I didn't include the full footage of me beating the level. I didn't know that you were supposed to do that. I got told in the comments that I should do that, and then people started saying it was good that I was doing that, but I feel like it does make the videos less good. But I also don't want to get, like, I guess, hacking accusations, even though I don't beat anything hard.